there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
All right, everybody, let's do it there. Let's talk on here. This Jackie Bros.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Hey, everybody, this is Dunlap. Why are you trying to be all, they gave you that training?
No, it's not training. It's, why not bring something from one thing to another thing is all. We've had nothing but success with all these new Jackie March and Jackie, stores all over Middle Tennessee now, pretty much, isn't it? It was just here in Rutherford County. It's gone out now. There's some in Smyrna. And let me just go ahead since we started this way. Nobody wants to hear you. You said your name already, right? We'll just go on. Because I got a good sponsor, and I'm excited to say this right now. Well, what? We got to do.
They made Jackie go to excitement training.
Well,
get people pumped up, and that man come in there. I've seen him around too. He used to come. It's how old he is. He used to come when I was in school, which wasn't that long ago. He would come in. And Peter pump him up.
Peter Pumpemup, yep.
They come to school and church. That's the worst when they pay somebody to come to Sunday school. Peter Pumpemup. And he comes in there, and he starts saying, "Folks, we gotta get pumped up about Jesus." And then you go, "Fuck this!"
Hey, watch your mouth. No, what's
asshole.
wrong with?
And then you go to school Monday morning. You're telling your friends, "Listen, the lamest asshole come to church."
All right.
And then here he comes, folks. We gotta get pumped up about social studies.
Yeah.
Just the worst.
There's nothing wrong with getting people, children especially, teenagers, whatever your age was at the time, to get your nose back in the Bible and get your nose in studies. Those are two things you're going to need in life.
You sound just like him.
Well,
that's exactly what he said.
Well, first off, let me say his name is Peter Sternwood. It's not. That's what he calls by children. Is Pumpems up.
Well, children grow up and become men and women.
Well, Peter Sternwood.
And I still call him Peter Pumpemup.
He's a fine man, and he talked to me a little bit. And, it wasn't like going to school and writing stuff down. He more or less just helps to give you outlook on life, Now, Piglet Styron Jr., she was telling me on the phone the other day, she says, I know you're up there in age. And I know
I like her.
All right, she's just being realistic, and I am up in age. I ain't gonna lie to it. I ain't gonna start dyeing my hair or nothing. I am what I am.
Gross.
Well, I wouldn't do it. Hell, I ain't got hardly any hair left to dye if I wanted to do. But I ain't gonna make my beard any other color than what it is. It's just what it is. So
what color would you make it if you could?
I'm not gonna make it any color. I ain't gonna paint this beard. No, sir. I ain't ever doing that.
I like beard dye that's you could also use to describe a horse.
What?
Like a chestnut brown.
All right.
Or a powerful-legged
if you won't do
amber.
Put whatever color, horse color, whatever it is on your hair, go do it. I don't
Fast brown.
Don't make a damn bit of difference to me. I'm talking about me. I ain't going to put nothing on mine. So when she says you're up in age, she didn't say it in such a way, you gonna put you in the home or anything. She just says, I know how hard it is some days to meet all these people, shake all these hands, do all these store openings at all these Jackies in the pretty much Middle Tennessee area now. It's expanding, and I'm excited. I can't wait I am excited to tell you about this, and I'll be telling you about it.
So wait, are you excited genuinely, or are you excited because Peter Pumpemup
Peter Sternwood.
told
you
to be
children
excited.
listen to it, so it shouldn't be children to listen to it. So it's Peter Sternwood. It ain't Peter Pumpemup. That's what he goes by when he's around children. He puts on that suit where you can see through his skin or whatever it is, invisible, whatever.
Yeah, I never understood why I needed to see his organs.
that's just something else you learn when you get excited. You get excited how your body works. All that. It's all of it combined.
Well, what happened with Peter Pumpemup? Seen Slim Goodbody on TV one day. Said, "Yep, I can use that," but he didn't give it any context. He just looked like a monster. A man had been turned inside out and come into your social studies class.
Well, his intentions were good, and
his
not
intestines were good too, according to the.
All right,
damn bodysuit.
All the children felt that way. That's just you feeling that way. I'm sure some of them children in church and in schools, when Peter Pumpemup, what he was when he went those places, and when he went in and talked to them.
Why are you so insistent on this dividing line between?
Well, because it's a job. It's a man. If I'm saying you need an excitement instructor, if I'm suggesting that to somebody I know, you need a little excitement in your life, you need to learn how to
Everybody could use a little excitement.
Or how to be excited about things. That's another thing. That's mainly what it is. It ain't like, someone's going to put a gun in your face or throw you in the middle of a town, tell you to figure out how to get home and get your adrenaline pumping. It ain't that. It's like how to feel excited about things happening to you in life, whatever they may be. And that's what Peter Sternwood does. That's what I'd recommend. Now, if your children, he won't read the Bible or he don't learn his fractions, then I would say you won't talk to Peter Pumpemup. There's two different things. Two different things right there. That's why I separated. The same man, two different jobs that it does. They're kind of like each other, but one for young'uns and one for adults.
So you're saying he wasn't wearing his inside-out
No, why would he do that? He just wearing, football jerseys. He does like to say sports analogies a lot like that. I will say that. So
he wore a football jersey?
Well, he wore Titans, hat and Titans, so it ain't like he could just be a,
Titans fan.
But he
Was this his day off? I would imagine he'd be in a shirt and tie.
Well, if he's coming to talk to me and ain't a day off, Now, business is good. I personally wouldn't have gotten in my pocketbook and said, here, get my wallet, take all this money. I need to learn how to be excited. But being that business is so good, and Piglet, Stein Jr., she seems to, says the money situation's okay. She's happy to pay for it, and so she did. So I was happy to talk to Peter Sternwood, and little of that goes a long way. I tell you what, I'm happy to see him again, but I think he'd give me a good attitude on life and how to be excited about what's in. Like I'm excited right now to talk to every one of y'all listening. At one time, I'd be like, hurry up and get this over with.
Yep, that's a typical Jackie.
Well, yeah.
And now I feel like you want to clap your hands together.
Well, we can every now and then. I don't have to. I got a sore on one of them. If I clap too hard, it'll get it irritated. But you can snap your fingers or something.
What kind of sore?
Slap your knee.
What'd you do? Did you burn yourself?
Just a little. Yeah, it was a little. It was a burn. It turned into a blister and last,
Oh, it'd be cool if you clapped your hands and it was a blister and it popped.
Well, it already popped. Yeah, it's running now. You don't want to get it all over the other hand. Plus, it smarts on you.
He's tender.
It's right there on you. Get right in you.
Did Peter Pumpemup give you any tips for when you had a blister on your hand and you can't clap?
No, that's a regular doctor like that. Now, if he was Peter Pumpemup and had the inside out,
When you would assume that maybe he has some medical training.
But that wasn't what he was talking to me for. It's something different.
That would be Dr. Pumpemup.
No, I talked to Peter Sternwood. That's his name. Excitement instructor.
That would be Dr. Sternwood.
Excitement instructor, Peter Sternwood. He ain't a doctor. He don't have he's just somebody that knows how to be excited about things and gets children to thinking about whatever it is they need to think about.
Is he readying himself for retirement? Because he's been doing this for a long ass time.
Well,
how does Peter Pumpemup stay excited?
He's following in his own cure, taking it, whatever you want, his own advice, taking his own cure, how you want to say it. That's what that's the reason something's going on, because, if he come in the office and he say, I'm going to teach you how to be excited all this.
That'd be even worse.
I know. Well, no, you ain't going to listen to that. And half the children, if you ain't looking at your Bible or learning school already, it's because your teacher's probably here, and then Jesus went and then this, and then, here's how you take it one, divide it by whatever. No, he comes in there, and there's and again, I don't want to clap my hands because it's runny right now. It's raw. But he, hey, now we're going to learn how to, we're going to learn what Jesus did today. And hey, you right there, you better pay attention right now.
Oh, he said that to me.
And that's nothing. You don't have to get children, You don't have to snap your fingers, clap your hands, get children to pay attention, because once you come in and your insides are all, with it, you can see them. You got people's attention right off the bat. Now, that's when he paid to puff him up. When he comes in with dressed in the Titans jersey, he just, he just, big personality, I guess how you say it.
Yeah, I know those types.
Well, I tell you what, didn't hurt me none talk to him, and I learned to be excited about a few things, more than a few things, I'd say. But I'm definitely excited.
So that's Peter Pumpemup.
No, he got me excited to do a sponsor, which is I'm proud to make this announcement. I tell you what, and I'm excited to do so as well. There's a new Jackie's opening up. It's right off of Square. We got a new store opening. Just want to announce it. It's going to be a grand
How
opening.
many Jackie stores does this make?
I'll be quite honest. I've lost count. I mean, if I had if I had her on the phone right now, she'd be able to tell me.
Can I ask, just because it was a while ago since last week, how does Pinky Piglet Styron Jr. have any say-so over you?
What do you mean, has say-so?
Like, I can't remember.
It ain't she got say-so so much. I work, it's using my likeness, all this. I'm on a salary, sort of thing.
So these are all your stores, but you're getting paid a salary instead of making all that money.
I don't know. I think 3 of them are still, as far as ownership is concerned, mine, depending on what assigned.
Somehow you stumbled into a multitude of riches, and you've already signed it away to a member of the Styron family.
Well,
now you are basically you're basically like a Grimace, like a Ron McDonald.
Ron McDonald, but not silly like that. More like Colonel Sanders, but not as fancy.
Why is he fancy? Because he
got a suit on. I guess he's all dressed up.
He should have a Titans jersey.
Well, if it.
Listen, let me tell you, that's where
I don't know. He's dead now.
In this Trump age, that's exactly where we are. If there was a Colonel Sanders, and not the fake commercial ones, but a real Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, I don't like him new ones. Every time I said, I ain't him.
Uncanny Valley. If there was a new Colonel Sanders, if Colonel Sanders was coming up today, he would not be in a suit. He wouldn't be in a jacket. He wouldn't have a little tie on. He would be in a football jersey, and he'd be like, "Fuck this chicken, it's delicious."
Don't watch your mouth.
You know he would.
There's no reason to say that.
You'd be like, "Did you get? Why is there Dorito crumbs in my chicken? Are you doing like a Taco Bell fusion thing?" And he'd be like, "Nah, I was just hungry when I was cooking it, and whatever. You want it or not?" That'd be your new Colonel Sanders.
Well, I wouldn't want to eat chicken
Lazy
with Doritos in it. I don't like that.
Crocs.
Well, he was good for when in his time he was right for what it needed and whatnot. And now I guess I'm not in no way comparing myself to Colonel Sanders. I wouldn't say that.
Ooh, you don't want a John Lennon situation.
Well, I'm just saying I don't want to compare myself to, he'd done a lot of good in chicken. I don't have nothing to do with chicken. I never was good at cooking fried chicken. I never could. Fried okra I can do, but fried things ain't my specialty.
Fried chicken is hard.
To say. Well, it is hard. I know it is hard, but
Plus, you can just go to KFC and get a bucket of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If there was a Colonel Sanders coming up today, instead of like pressure cooking some damn when the interstate passing by, he'd be like, just go to the KFC drive-thru and get a bucket.
Well, he did that. That's his business. He put all that together. They all, like I said, my hat off to him. Good for him.
Hey, also when you go through KFC, see if Dwayne's there. See if we can get me some pills. That'd be the Colonel Sanders of today.
Wow.
Dwayne can get you some pills. If you go
I
through
don't want
KFC.
to have no Doritos or pills. I don't want to.
Doritos, you're on your own, but
Colonel
they're not.
Sanders,
They're easy to find.
I know he's dead, but as far as Kentucky Fried Chicken's concerned, the one that got's fine except for commercials. Those irritate me. Every one of those.
So that's Kentucky Fried Chicken, folks.
The sponsor open a brand new Jackie. Just let me get through this, because I am excited about it, and I won't talk about it.
Your excitement seems to be flagging a little bit.
It's not flagging.
I hope Peter Pumpemup ain't listening.
Well, I'm trying to stay excited as opposed to irritated because you keep interrupting me. I won't do my sponsor because I'm excited to do it, and I'm going to do it.
What did Peter Pumpemup say to do if you get irritated?
Huh?
What did Peter Pumpemup say?
Ain't none of your business what he said. You won't find out if you need some help from Peter. First off, I didn't talk to Peter Pumpemup. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. Did not talk to Peter Pumpemup. I talked to Peter Sternwood. Now, if you want to sit down and talk to him about getting some excitement in your life, I can arrange that for you. But other than that, I ain't going to give out secrets for free. No, sir.
See, you seem more irritated than excited
Well,
right now.
anybody that would sit next to you is going to be irritated at
And
some
I don't know
point.
what that's going to do for your brand.
What?
Your brand.
My brand is wearing overalls and smiling in the picture, and then I go there and shake people's hands and tell them thank you for coming in to the Jackie's Market store, all of it, all the different kinds of stores. But now there's going to be a new store, if you let me get to it, which I'm excited about. It's opening up right off the square. It's a brand new Jackie's, and like I said, I've lost count. It's in the teens at least. It's over 12. It's way over 12, I think. It's maybe pushing 20. I'll have to get with Piglet Steiner Jr., and I'll talk to her about that. And I'll get an exact number because people want to know locations. If it's the square's square's hard to get to, has been for a while. But if there's other locations. But as far as this particular Jackie store, this is a special one right off the square, and this one's Jackie's for dogs because people have pets. People always had dogs. If you got a pet, a guard dog, or any kind of dog you got, need upkeep for the animal. And this Jackie's for dogs is where you want to go. So come on down. It's right off the square. Jackie's for dogs. You'll see me up on the, in the sign smiling in my overalls. That's me. And if you love your dog and want to get your dog some good chew toys or whatever the hell it is you want for your dog, everything you want for dog food, dog shampoo, things like that, laces, collars, all that, come on down to Jackie's for dogs. I want you to be excited to bring your animal down here and let him in there and run around, do what he wants to while you're shopping. Bring them dogs on down here to Jackie's for dogs. I can't wait to meet you, and Lord knows I can't wait to pet me some dogs. So come on down.
What, the poster is you as a dog in overalls smiling?
No, it's just me because it says Jackie's for dog. It says Jackie's for dog. It doesn't say Jackie is a dog. Jackie's. It's like all the other stores except this one's for dogs.
I would go to that one, though. I'd go to Jackie.
Well, there ain't one for that, so don't go to. You can't
dogs
go to
in overalls. Do they sell little overalls at this Jackie's for dogs?
I think they got a little dog outfit to do. They got something you can put on it. Clothes for dogs, which I don't. Business is business. You got to do what you got to do. I personally don't like this whole thing.
You don't like clothes for dogs?
Well,
it's a new world.
Little dogs that they don't have enough hair, wintertime maybe need a sweater or something like that, but dogs don't want clothes.
The bigger the dog, the harder it is to see it in clothes.
That's how I feel about it, yeah.
What about fried chicken? Does it carry fried chicken?
Why would it carry fried chicken? Dogs don't eat fried
you're
chicken.
better than Colonel Sanders ever was.
I didn't say, never said
you
that.
said you're more popular than
Never,
Colonel Sanders.
ever said that. Put words in my mouth. Would never say it. No, sir. No.
What about rifles? You got rifles there?
Well, most Jackie stores, you can either get rifles or pistols. Now, at this one here in particular, Jackie's for dogs, you think, well, they don't need no call for that. We do not have rifles, but let me tell you what we do have, and this is something else. I don't know about this anywhere else as far. Now, Piglet Steiner Jr.'s her fiancé, and I don't know if you know him or not, he's around the same age as her, not you, he's younger than you. Graham Bostaff Meanzie.
He must be a child.
Graham Bostaff Meanzie. Now, he is a bit of an inventor, does a lot of putting around in the shed or whatever, in the garage, always doing something, this or that. And this thing's amazing. Now, I didn't see it, but I heard it because she likes to call me all the time. So she held the phone up. She told me, "You're gonna be something about this. We're gonna, try this product out, bring it out to the public in the first Jackie's for dogs." And I said, "Well, I can't wait for that because that sounds like one hell of a product." Now he's made, like I said, no rifles, but it does carry. These are called dog pistols.
Oh.
Now let me explain this to you. It's a harness. It's like a gun harness. It fastens right on. Now, at the moment, a large dog, you said earlier, a large dog don't want to see clothes on. You may not want to see clothes on him, but you won't see this on the head. It's a gun harness that fits on a large dog's head.
Yeah.
And it allows the gun to fire. The gun will go off when the dog barks aggressively. And that's a hell of a product right there. You put that two together. Like if you got a guard dog, you already, criminals already going to be concerned about getting bit. And you get a bullet on top of it, this dog is going to shoot you and then come chew you up.
that sounds awesome and dangerous.
What do you mean dangerous?
Well,
Your dog's an animal you can train. You know that. I know that. That's the most trainable animal there is.
Yeah, but they also get excited. Just ask Peter Pumpemup. I'm sure people have brought dogs to him.
No, they don't. He don't.
Look how excited my dog is.
That's something you take to the vet or something. He don't deal with animals. That'll get too.
You don't think anybody ever wanted to show off to him how excited? You think you're excited? Look at Muffin. She's excited as hell. She think you got a treat in your pocket.
Nah.
And he'd be like, I don't have pockets. This is my hip bone. Wait a minute. How can you keep a dog? What if the dog starts barking because you have a steak in your hand?
I just say that dogs are trainable. The dog's the most trainable animal that there is. And you know there's a difference. And she held up the phone. I listened to this on the phone. There's a difference between a dog just barking and a dog barking as aggressively. That's the difference. So if a dog, because one time she said, now listen to this, and he said go, whatever command was, dog, and the dog, row, 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 and the gun, pop, pop, you heard it go. It'll empty
Where
out.
would she?
It'll empty out a clip. The whole, it'll
Where
do
was
around.
they doing this experiment?
Out back at a house, wherever, his place, one of the two. But then, she said, speak. He was telling the dog to speak, and he didn't hear no gunfire after that. Of course, he could have emptied that out, but I think they reloaded it and whatnot.
What? It's the gun measuring the dog's emotions?
It has something to do with how rapid it, like when the dog opened its mouth,
Okay, well, what if
it's a harness. It fits up as mechanical. It goes.
Okay, look, what if an encyclopedia salesman comes up? You don't want
You don't have it on the. Don't leave. If a dog's eating, you don't want to eat with a gun on it. You have it on at certain times.
Trying to put limits on freedom sounds like. Can't eat with a
It's
gun
your
on,
guard
really?
dog. It's a guard dog. If a dog loves to shoot that much, you can take it out to the woods and y'all have some target practice, sure. But you don't just leave a gun on the dog's head 24/7.
I don't know. This sounds a little bit like a saw trap.
Why?
Like Jigsaw puts you in a room with a dog with
No.
a gun on his head. It's like don't make his dog mad.
Look.
You can make it a little mad, and you're like, oh, fuck, this dog's getting mad. It starts barking, building up suspense. You're like, uh-oh, how mad's it going to get? And it stops right before it gets too aggressive.
Well, that's how it's got to be for the gun to even go off. Let me tell you right now. Because if the regular barking ain't going to do it. You can tell when a dog worked up and when it ain't. And this, for right now,
what if a dog's horny?
Oh, just shut your mouth.
Like, what if it's...
Shut your mouth. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
What if it's like, let me out of here. I got to go out.
Nobody wants to hear you talk about this. No, just shut your mouth. Nobody wants to hear talk like that. This is made for big, large dogs, mostly guard dog, German Shepherd. Maybe not pit bull so much, but like a German Shepherd. Or what's the other thing? What's a devil dog called? What's that Doberman dog?
Doberman Pinscher?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. One of those. They're smart dogs that obey commands. The police dogs, things like that. That's right now. Now, he is currently working on a smaller caliber gun harness for medium or small dogs, but that's in the works. That ain't something we can.
Asking for trouble.
Well, that ain't out the gate yet. That's something he's working on. And again, it depends on it depends on the dog. If you got a dog you don't think should have a gun, don't get it one. That's up to you. That's your call on that. It ain't like a person. A person, if you have a child that you want to teach hunting, but he's a sorry ass, so whatever. He don't need to have no gun in that child. That child, everybody's seen that child that don't need a gun. Usually ones that somehow get a hold of them and shoot up a school or whatever before they do that.
I wasn't allowed to have a gun, even today.
Well, and for good reason. Not so much as you would shoot up a school, but you would hurt yourself or drop it, hurt somebody else like that.
That's what they always say
Yes.
when I try to buy some.
Yeah, well, they
say it's a law, but I don't think you can just pass a law against me.
Well, I think here in Murfreesboro, everybody, that's understood. It's an agreement. I don't think you're going to have any lawyers or any law enforcement concerned on that. Everybody be thankful that you ain't got a firearm.
But I have to say, now that dogs are getting guns, it hurts my feelings.
Those dogs are well trained. Again, we're talking about guard dog service animals. We're talking about not you.
Like, how trained?
Trained enough to know when to bark aggressively and when not to. As far as the gun's
I mean,
concerned,
I
that's
could
all you
learn
need to be worried about.
I could learn that.
No, I disagree with that. I don't see that. But like you are a perfect example of someone that should not have a firearm. I think all Americans, it's their right, they should. But there are people like yourself that it's just crossing a boundary that it goes beyond rights and government, and this is just logic and sense, and most people around here gonna agree with me on that.
I guess, but the dog thing is what makes
the dog ain't going in there and getting a gun on it. Dog don't walk in and say, "I want that gun. Give me some ammo." And no, the owner of the dog has final responsibility on that.
I guess so.
And ain't nobody ever going to buy you a gun. Nobody's ever going to be foolish to do that.
I just feel like I've made some bad decisions.
Well, you have many bad decisions, and you would make many more if you had access to a gun, and that's just not going to happen. No one's going to allow that. But if your dog wants a gun, and you want your dog, I should say, to have a gun, come on down to Jackie's for Dogs. It's right off a square. Come down and try. You can take one of there's a small shooting range in the back, so you can test it out, figure out what's best for your particular dog. Do some shooting, and then if it works out, the dog's happy, you're happy. And I tell you what, any robber, any criminal, sure as hell ain't gonna be happy if they run into one of these guard dogs with a gun harness on. Let me tell you that right now. So come on down to Jackie's for Dogs.
Do you think they'd let me buy a dog and then a gun for my dog?
You're getting in the air.
There's a loophole?
I really doubt that anybody's going to, if no one is going to give you a gun, I seriously doubt you're going to find any pet stores. Like if you went down to the humane side and tried to adopt an animal, at some point, whoever's working there's going to stop and go, I don't think this is, after they talk to you for 15, 20 minutes, they're going to know this man don't need to have an animal.
That's probably true.
So there's nothing you need to worry about either way. Jackie's for Dogs, I'm excited to tell y'all about it. And I hope you and your dog, one way or the other, I'm telling you what's going to be excited when you get that gun harness on him. So
what
come on.
Else do they have other things besides the guns?
Well, yeah, they got other things. Like I said, chew toys, dog food, whatever.
But the guns are that's what people are going to be talking about.
I think because of a new product like that, I think you bringing something new to the public, to the canine world as it is. I think, yes, that's probably going to get a little attention, and we want it. We're excited for it. Come on down here.
I want to see it. I remember those Planet of the Apes movies.
They might let you watch behind the glass or something in the shooting range. They ain't going to let you go in the shooting range, I'll tell you right now, because it's too close to it. But if you can look from behind the glass and the door on the other side, they might let you do that. I'll ask. I can't speak for it. But Graham Bostaff Meanzie, it's a hell of an invention, and Panky Piglet Styron Jr., she is just doing a great job of opening these stores and capturing the public's attention and getting them excited and getting me excited to see them all be excited about coming to all these Jackie stores. So get on down there, bring your pooch. Even if your dog don't want to shoot, come on down, watch another dog shoot, or get you a chew toy, get you, some dog treats or something like that, jerky, whatever it is. It's basically anything else you can get in the, you can go to a Petco, PetSmart, whatever the hell, the other things. You can go to those and get all the same stuff, but you ain't going to get no gun harness there. Let me tell you that right now. Make that perfectly clear. You ain't going to get anything like that at any of those kind of pet places. Come on down to Jackie for Dogs and we'll talk. Look forward to seeing you. Oh, I'll be down there this Sunday shaking hands and meeting people and shooting a few rounds off with some fine critters. Y'all come on down there.
Wait a minute. What if a dog sees another dog and barks aggressively? That seems to be the most likely scenario.
Well,
that you have a store full of dogs and a shooting range, and the dogs have guns on them, and the guns go off when dogs bark aggressively.
Well, again, you need to make it's unfair. If all the dogs, maybe they'll think twice about barking aggressively if every dog has a gun on its head. Just think about that.
I guess maybe.
Well, if all the dogs are armed, you're going to think a little bit,
dogs aren't the thinking kind. To me, it seems like when one dog starts barking aggressively and the gun goes off and there's that loud noise, and
No.
it shoots another dog, that's just going to make all the dogs bark aggressively.
That's just you running down your own little road there. I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know that dogs are going to stop to consider things in that moment.
We're talking about trained guard dogs, big dogs, smart dogs. When I talk about any dog, you just go pick up off a street or somewhere. We're talking about
Who's
good.
vetting these dogs?
Yep. Come down and see them. You come see them yourself. I heard one on the phone, and I could tell the difference. That dog seemed to know the difference from barking regularly and barking aggressively.
How do you know that wasn't Graham Bostaff Meanzie pretending to be a dog?
Why are they gonna call me up? What do they got to? What do they get out of calling me up and lie to me about something like that? Why would anybody do that?
It's pretty funny if they just made the whole thing up and got you to fall for it.
Oh hell!
I mean, I'm the one that's barred from buying a gun, and I've come up with lots of plausible scenarios where this thing could go awry.
You can't don't make it any concern of yours at all. No one's going to give you a dog. No one's going to give you a gun. Just don't. The only concern you should have is whether you're trying to break in to some place where they got a guard dog with a gun harness on his head. That's all you need to worry about.
So that's, what is it? Jackie's for dogs.
Yeah.
Come see the bloodbath.
Don't tell
Jackie,
people
do you want to hear
that.
me open this beer?
No.
Ah, that's going to taste good
Yeah.
and get me drunk as fuck.
All right. I don't need the language.
Yeah, well, too bad. We live in Trump times, and you get that
Oh,
language.
yes, you blame whatever. You don't like him any more than I do. You just want to say whatever you want now that he's in there. I guess if you're mad all the damn time, you might as well cuss. Hell, I don't know. But I don't want to hear it either
Can't
way.
hurt.
I don't want to hear it either way. So try to refrain as much as you can while we're sitting there doing this, please.
Well, since you asked me nicely, I will do it until I forget that I promised.
All right, just
Sort of like Trump. It's Trump times.
even trying to do
It's
something.
Trump times. California beards.
What?
Remember last week,
No.
Jackie, when Wizard Beards said they were going to secede,
No,
secede,
I don't know.
and start up their own state?
That's a hippie store. That's where they sell the things you do drugs in.
We're going, if Tennessee won't legalize it, then we will, California beards will go out into the woods, and we found a plot of land, and we seceded, and we become California beards.
No.
Where you can come smoke pot and live life as God intended. Not Jeff Sessions.
No.
Fuck him.
What?
Come on, that's okay, right?
Shut your mouth. I don't want. The sentiment's fine. You can say it another way.
So we went out in the woods, me and the boys from Wizard Beards, and we find. Did you know that somebody owns the woods?
What?
Like the woods people own that?
Which woods you talk about? If it's property, yeah. I mean, it depends on what location. It's
I
either
kind of thought when there was enough trees, it was just a no man's land.
No.
So it turns out where we thought we were our own sovereign government, somebody actually owned that.
Well,
You know, partner Numpo?
I know, partner. Yeah.
Oh man, he's crazy as hell.
I didn't know he had a good woods plot. Does he got a lot of good woods?
I got
there?
a bunch of woods. He come out there with his gun. He said, "You get the hell off my land."
Well, yeah. I don't blame him. If a bunch of hippies was out there saying this is California and doing drugs, I'd do the same thing.
He shot up a bunch of bongs.
Well,
I said, "Yeah, y'all get off his land." I helped him. I threw some rocks.
well,
And then me and him was sitting around smoking up the dope at California Beards left, and he said, "You know, I ain't seceding, but I can smoke as much dope as I want to in this shack here
that's
in my
illegal.
woods."
It's illegal still in some parts of the country.
He said, "I'll smoke as much dope as I want on my goddamn land."
It's illegal here in the state of Tennessee. You might want to, not.
He says that
advertise
he has rights.
No.
And I said, "Well, you know, Pard, with that big gun of yours and your weird attitude towards believing you have rights that you really don't, and people's insatiable appetite to get fucking high as hell.
All right, no,
We ought to turn this little shack here into a place to sell dope and
Why?
smoke it and get high as fuck.
and you sitting there, watch your mouth, and you sitting there saying this on the thing, and people can hear it, and it's illegal here in the state of Tennessee. I'll make that perfectly clear. It's still illegal here, and I'm fine with that.
Pardon Numpo says, folks, and this is an official invitation, come on down to Shack Beards. We can smoke as much dope as we want on my goddamn property.
All right, don't have to say it like that, and no, you can't.
That's our official motto.
Well,
Jackie, have you ever been way out in the woods on the Numpolands? You ever been out in the Numpolands?
I ain't been out there in a long time now. I've been out. It depends on which. He don't.
He owns all the Numpolands, all the Numpo family. Goes way back there.
Well,
Almost
but
all the
on
way
a
back to like
a couple of sides of town, though. There ain't just one. Or Numpolands on the. I mean, which one are you talking about? There's one on the east side, one on the west side.
they meet up.
Eventually, yeah, but not at the beginning of it. No.
Well, that's where the shack is, where the Numpolands meet.
Huh?
If you can get far enough out into the Numpolands and it looks like it keeps going, and it does, and there's a shack, and you're like, somebody's smoking some tight ass dope.
All right.
Guess what? It's me and Pardon Numpo. I'm
right.
selling it.
You gonna get on here and say you're selling it, and it's illegal on here.
Not this, Jackie. Pardon Numpo says we
I
sell
don't
as
care what
much
he
dope
says.
as we want on my goddamn
All
property.
right, I don't want to hear that. He's welcome to say whatever he wants to, but that don't change the laws
Well,
of
he
the
backs
state.
it up with that gun.
You don't think the police got any guns?
Well, how they gonna get that far back in the woods?
Well, I know a few officers, not all of them, you're right, some wouldn't know what to do back there, but there's more than a few I know who do know the land pretty well, get back there if they wanted to, if they had
They're
good call.
welcome to come and smoke a bowl.
All right.
Because we're
just-
back here
no,
getting high as hell.
Just shut your mouth.
We're getting folks. Come on down to Shack Beards. You want
Shack
to get high with Pardon Numpo and his little buddy Dunlap. We'll sell you some dope. You can lay around the shack till Jeff Sessions gets back. Roll it in my sweet partner Numpo's arms.
What?
I don't know. I'm a little high right now.
All right. All right, everybody, it's still Jackie Bros on here. I'm excited. Ow. Still too raw.
You got okay.
It's raw and running right there now.
It's
more
running.
It's running. It's
Spurted
dripping.
all over me.
Yeah, it's dripping now.
I thought it'd be funny, but it's gross because some got on my face.
I gotta get a napkin. Just wipe it off. It ain't gonna hurt you none. Hell.
What? That's a fluid from your body.
Well, it's a blister, yeah. It's the healing process is what it is. Well, I just stalled it a little bit by doing that.
Get some of that medicine plant put on it.
but,
Aloe vera.
what is it?
The medicine plant.
Medicine plant.
Yep.
I ain't got one in here, do you? That's for sunburn anyhow.
It heals a lot. People
Yeah,
drink
that's-
that shit.
Medicine plant lotion or what? Just a
Hippies, some of the hippie
hell,
beards from Wizard Beards told me that they drink. You get some aloe vera juice and drink it. It heals your guts.
whatever.
Like if you swallowed some glass.
If I sat home and just did more of that instead of doing the drugs that they do, it might be better off.
Folks, welcome to the news section.
Yeah. I don't even care anymore. Why do you even talk about the news
I don't
anymore?
know.
I don't give a damn. I just nothing worth getting mad about. Well, you're supposed to be mad at everything, yeah, but I can't spend my life at. That's something Peter Sternwood shared with me. You just can't stay mad all the time. You got to be excited about the good things happening in your life. There's, the little things, the small
Can
things.
I ask a question?
The things that don't mean anything, well, they can mean something if you let them mean something to you, and you can be excited as you want to be about it. So that's how I'm trying to do. So as far as the news is concerned, hell, I don't.
Is Peter Sternwood white
Well, what's that got to
and
do
a
with it?
man?
What has that got to do with it?
I was
Yes.
just It's a question about his
Well,
attitude.
well, he happens to be white. What's wrong with him?
Look on the bright side.
Well, you got to do something.
The bright side in America today, if you're white, is that you're white. That's the bright side.
Well,
if you're not white, I'm not sure what the bright side is.
Well, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I got to work with what I got. I guess. Hell, I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Look on the bright side.
Well,
Mr. Brightside.
who?
Listen, I'll tell you, Jackie. Some days I feel like I'm having an existential crisis.
Oh, what is it?
Well, think about what happened this week, Jackie. The president of the United States. Have you seen that man? It's Donald Trump.
Why don't remind me?
Donald Trump, who always wants a win, right? He's hates losers, always wants a win.
Yeah.
But to Donald Trump, a win is like finding extra fries in the bottom of the bag.
Yeah.
He said shithole, got in trouble for saying shithole.
Oh, hell.
I mean, think about that. He got in trouble for cussing. Got in trouble because he was fucking a porn star.
All right. Did he watch your mouth
got in
first off?
trouble for tricking a doctor and Lindsey Graham. This man should be my hero. I should be thrilled to get up and pick up my phone and see what his fat French fries and porn star smelling fingers have typed out on a phone my country paid for.
Yeah.
I should be super excited.
No.
This man seems straight up my alley. And yet, either because he's worse or I am somehow surprisingly slightly better than we all thought, I can't even enjoy things that seem to be tailor-made for me. Yes, times are changing.
Yeah.
Nobody starting a few months ago until the foreseeable future wants to hear a straight white guy talk about sex.
Why? I don't know.
If you are a straight white guy and your deal is sex talk, or even if you're Dan Savage, I'd start looking into learning how to sell cars.
Oh.
My whole the last 10 years of my life have been leading up to a point where the president of the United States fucks a porn star.
Hey, don't say it like that.
And people barely fucking notice.
All right,
it.
that's it. But the point I was trying to make earlier when you were saying this, he got in trouble. He didn't get in trouble. What kind of trouble he get into? Name one thing he's done and he's gotten in trouble over. Get a little irritated. How long does that last? Till something else comes out of his mouth. He ain't getting in trouble for nothing. Nobody's doing one thing. Nobody's doing nothing.
You can't get mad at him.
Well, no, he's a damn crazy idiot dumbass. Excuse my language, but that's what he is. Hey, what you gonna get mad at him for? It's like going down to special school, picking somebody out and taking it out on them. No reason to do that. He gonna be that way. He gonna be awful no matter what. It's all the SOBs standing around him. Just, yes. How many of them lied for him the other day? He said, I'm just going to say it. The president says I'm going to say it. Excuse my language, but that's what it is now. I saw them all on the news say it. Everybody had to say before they actually said it. They said a S-hole. S-hole that sounds just as bad to me, so you might as well just say shithole. Excuse my language, but the president said it first. He didn't get in trouble over that. Nobody said anything about that. So people got mad, this and that one did, but for the most part, nobody, the people that like him loved it. And then, Cotton, what's his name? Cotton and another one, get on TV and just say a bald-faced lie. Oh, he didn't say that. Well, there's other Republicans that said he did, so it ain't a party line sort of thing. It's just it's because it's not about parties anymore, first off. It ain't Republicans anymore as far as I'm concerned. There's Trump people. There's a few Republicans around, but what the hell good are they? They ain't worth a damn. Did Trump get in trouble. Oh, well, I tell you what, Senator Flake got up there and gave him a stern talking to. Yes, he did. Yeah, if things gonna get bad enough, we gotta hear Flake get mad and make another speech. That's as bad as it gets for President Trump.
I guess you can get mad at him.
Well, you can, yeah, but it don't do any good, does it?
How is this even possible? So, I'm pretty sure we've said racist things.
Not intentionally, but
look, if you go back over the years, we probably called some country a shithole. I'd bet money that we said
we're two idiots on the computer. He's an idiot in the White House.
And we try not. I don't think he's trying not to do anything racist.
He don't give a damn one way or the other.
I mean, it pays off for him, whatever he does. If he does something racist, then the racists who like him, or the racists, I guess if you're somebody who doesn't care if you seem racist, that makes you a racist, right? Like,
well, I would think so, yeah.
Look, I'm not a racist, but some of those countries are shitholes. That's probably racist.
Yeah.
I mean, I've called a lot of places shitholes.
Well, yeah, I have too, but not so many words.
I don't know if
yeah.
I've called Africa a shithole. That feels a little racist.
Well, yeah. Haiti. It's saying Haiti sounds a little, yeah.
Trump hates Haiti.
What they say everybody got AIDS, whatnot. Those people in Haiti have been through the worst. The earthquake is what hurt everybody there. It hurt people bad. They're still, trying to get over that. And what was on that damn anniversary of it? They called it the shithole.
Well, you shouldn't care what Trump says, but
no,
he's the president, so we're like bound by law to care what he says. So he says something racist, and the racists like it. Well, if he says something that's not racist, then everybody's like, "Oh, today's the day he become president."
It don't take much for him, does it?
It's like he come into office wearing a Klan hood, and people are like, "Oh, the president is in the Klan," and then he takes off the hood, and the press is like, "How handsome."
Man. But he ain't even helping the cause. You would think doing all this craziness, because that's all it is complete craziness, constantly on the news. Whatever he does, you forgot what he did 5 minutes ago because he's done something worse now. You'd think with all that going on, behind the scenes, you get the Republicans taking care of business, whatnot. They ain't doing nothing except backing up a crazy man. What does that give them? I don't understand if there was some sort of strategy to this. But they can't even, they're going to shut the damn government down.
Well, it's chaos. It's just people trying to make the most out of a terrible, crazy person situation.
Well, it's going to get worse and worse for them. I don't think any good comes from that. I don't think any good comes from exploiting a crazy person. It just doesn't. I don't see it anyways.
Got to make hay while the crazy person shines.
Well, they ain't making nothing. It's a point. They can't figure out anything. The government's about to shut down. Meanwhile, the president's putting together what issue? Fake news awards. That's what, most presidents in this situation will be working up overnight, trying to figure out how do we keep the government open, what do we do, give and take, this, that, little politics, all that. Now he's going to let me come up with another way to say I don't like CNN. Or any other rest of them.
I wish there was a way for me to say something like, once the government shuts down, can we set it on fire and start over without sounding like a crazy libertarian joker fetishizing Trump supporter?
Yeah.
But there's not.
No. And what's all this? A porno lady. Anybody else this would happen to? That's all you'd hear about it. Nobody gives a damn president dumbass. Of course he did. But everybody knew how it was with women and that sort of stuff before they voted for him. So what does that matter? It don't matter. Nothing matter. As far as him concerned, it does not matter.
I can't even enjoy the president having an affair with a porn star.
Well, what you were telling me, what little about it you told me, how could you enjoy any of that?
How can you enjoy something that involves Donald Trump having sex?
Oh, God, I'll take the cussing before that.
It is can't enjoy nothing world.
Yep.
It's a can't enjoy nothing world. If you had told me 10 years ago when we started doing this, like one day the president's going to be Donald Trump, and it's going to come out that he fucked a porn
All
star,
right.
and he's going to say shithole
Hey.
that same week, and you won't be able to enjoy any of it. And then a doctor's going to come out and say he has good genetics. And I'm going to be like, does he look like he does today? And they'll be like, no, like 100 times worse. Just fatter and grosser. Like, is this like a crazy doctor? Like a crazy person in a fake white coat? And they'd be like, no, that was the last other doctor. This is like a general doctor.
General doctor, yeah, them White House doctors, best doctors are, yeah.
And all the Obama people will vouch for this doctor. And you will say, well, why would he say, why? It's obvious that what they say Donald Trump was a 32 pants and weighs 185 pounds.
Something like that, yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, nobody cares.
Is he
Nobody
protecting the country?
Nobody gonna do anything. How do you protect the country to say that, the president's in good shape when he's always an old fat man? You got to have heart disease or something. Good Lord, how is that protecting the country? Like, you be helping the country if you if any of these nuclear capable countries found out, oh hell, he'll be dead in 2 weeks. So let's not get worked up over this.
Here's the thing. You can't. Like, if he come out and said, here's what's really disturbing about this. If General Doctor come out, he drove up in his tank and he got out and he took off his stethoscope and he said, President Trump, he has a heart that is sodden with vegetable oil. He is doddering. He didn't recognize himself in the mirror. He's drooling. He in terrible shape.
Yeah.
Fat as hell. Like the scale wouldn't even. Just terrible. He fell asleep, and part of a fish fillet come out of his mouth. If the doctor said all that, nobody would care. Nobody would care if he come out and said he is like 2 steps away from a heart attack. I'd give him one of them like mobile scooters. What do you call it? What old person rides on?
Huh?
At the mall.
What do you call them? Hover rounds.
Yeah, I give him one of them because if he takes a step, he's gonna have a stroke.
I'd have to make a bigger one of those for him. I don't know if he'd fit. He'd fit on one of them that they have in Target, someplace like that, Kroger, with a big basket on it. But a regular one, I don't know.
So this is all for Trump's vanity. There are 2 options here. Since we know nobody cares that he eats Big Macs and is fat. It's Trump got everyone persuaded, this respected general doctor, to lie to save Trump's vanity, or Trump is really in good shape. Because part of me was like, well, he's saying, if he come out and told us, like, well, yeah, he has Alzheimer's, he's got dementia, he's in really bad shape, worst shape ever for president, that it would throw the country into a panic. We know that's not true because we all already know that.
Yeah.
So either what he said is true, and Trump somehow, just to prove that God hates us, really does have good genetics and weighs about 100 pounds less than he does, or the White House can get anybody to do anything they want to save Trump's vanity. Now, you see that happening with the Republicans sniveling and coming up and saying he's the best president ever, like Lindsey Graham thinking that's how I'm going to get to bomb Iran and keep some dreamers around so I can get all them dreamers in the army to go bomb Iran by kissing Trump's ass and saying he's basically just a fat Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
But that's not going to work out well for anybody.
What do you reckon Graham said to him? Remember everybody said what Durbin said to him? Oh, I tell you what, I got respect for that Graham. He sure got into it and told the president what he thought. What the hell did Graham say to him after he said shithole? Like, what the hell could he have done to impress anybody in the room for that man talking to Trump? Like, how did that go? Acosta said something to him. He said, get out of the room. Well, of course, that's somebody CNN. Everybody should tell someone from CNN to get out of the room. I know it's different with Trump, that situation, but still.
Can't even enjoy that.
No.
He's ruined hating CNN.
I know it. I don't want to have empathy for CNN. Trust me.
Because you got to look at who you're in the car with, and that's my philosophy, and that has ruined everything for me.
Yeah.
Because everything I hate, Trump is there too.
Yep. I don't know what we do.
Or everything I like, he's there too. Porn stars and fast food. He has a friend, a little white-haired, creepy Southern man who hates pot and cussing, named Jeff Sessions, named Jackie Broles. The similarities between me and Trump are striking.
I ain't racist like him. Now, come on.
You're right.
I ain't racist.
Nobody's racist like him.
Well, that's true. You got to work at that. That's years and years of practice. So they're trying to get to right where they want to be.
You could be racist like every other word is some kind of slur or something you walking around. But that's just dumb racist. He's so good at being racist, he figured out how to become the goddamn head lawyer of the country and to fucking run Senate in Alabama. I guess you don't have to hide being racist being a senator.
Well, no, not now.
And then make a lifetime of putting black people in jail by not being a smart racist. Knows how far to take it. Like, you go, well, he ain't as racist as that guy in the Klan. The guy in the Klan's a stupid idiot. Like, if that Klan guy was smarter, like Jeff Sessions, but a lot of people in jail don't need to be there. This is not an accomplishment. I'm just saying it's not good to be smarter at being a racist than a dumb racist.
Being smart at a racist is one thing. Being smart about other things, he ain't so smart at that. As far as, meeting with Russians and lying under oath. And, all that just seems dumb to me when you do that.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he thinks, well, I'm real racist. I wonder if other people are racist, too. I'll see if look, it's worked out pretty good for me. Well, I hate pot. I guess everybody else hates pot, too. So that's dumb.
Well, there's one thing we agree on. I don't think everybody needs to be on drugs, but I think he wants it to be illegal for other reasons. To put people in jail. I think that's mainly what he wants.
So I don't know, Jackie. I don't even feel like myself anymore. I can't enjoy porn star news. I can't enjoy tricking doctor news. I can't enjoy cussing news.
Now, hear me out here. I don't want you to think I'm being silly. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm saying here. I know you and I have our differences, and you irritate the hell out of me, but I'd call you a friend. I'm going to say it, I think. Thank you, friend. You are. What else would I call you?
Peter Pumpemup did a number on you.
Well, maybe you need a number on you, and that's what I'm saying. If you want to meet with Peter Sternwood.
Trump had a number one on him over in Russia.
What?
Trump had a... Go ahead.
Peter Sternwood, just sit down and talk with. Well, I bet he'd do Peter Pumpemup if you want to do a nostalgia thing. Now, I can't get Peggy Stein Jr. to pay for it, but, I could lend you a few dollars to sit down and talk to Peter Pumpemup or Peter Sternwood of your choice. If you want a little nostalgia, you want him in the inside-out suit, that's fine. But I know just what you're talking about. And after meeting with him, granted, he is a white man. He is. But other than that, he got me feeling pretty good, and I think he could do it for you, too. I just want to put that out there.
I mean, I'll talk to the man. As long as he doesn't talk about the Bible or social studies.
Well, no, he's just talking about other little things in life. He'll talk about what you want him to, just the little things to be excited about. Because it has to be little things, because there ain't nothing worth a damn in it, much else going on. And Charlie Daniels say anything else about another fast food restaurant?
He's gonna be at Volunteer Jam.
Oh yeah, he does that every year, don't he?
Got to get down off this. Oh wait, here he's got Kim Jong-un has. Oh, here's a good tweet. Has almost got a nuclear device that will reach America. Oh, we didn't talk about Hawaii.
Oh yeah, Hawaii, them.
We didn't talk about the two Koreas Olympics.
How can you talk about all this? I didn't. It supposedly.
Stock market's going through the roof. Children are being sold into sex slavery.
What?
And what is the most important as far as the media is concerned, the president weighs 239 pounds. What are you people smoking? I'm smoking some good bud out in the fucking woods, man. Probably like you are.
Hey.
Or does he hate pot now? I don't fucking know.
He used to like it years ago. In the 70s, of course, most country artists back then did it. Well, he's don't want people talking about his weight because he's a big fella himself. He relates to that as far as the president's concerned. I know he likes him for the wrong reasons, but for him to be a little upset about, Trump being picked on about his weight, that hit close to home with him, I'm sure, a little bit anyway.
Here's exercise music today. Here's his exercise music. I'll say it's pretty good. Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
He got a whole Bob Dylan album out.
Who does?
Charlie Daniels.
He does Bob Dylan, the hippies songs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bill Monroe.
I like Bill Monroe, yeah.
Ray Price.
Love old Ray Price, yeah.
Bill Monroe and Bob Dylan sound a little bit alike. Rascals.
One don't do drugs as much.
Bob Wills.
Bob Wills, yeah.
Derek and the Dominoes.
Well, I don't know.
Gretchen Wilson.
Maybe.
Jimmy C. Newman.
Who?
I'm just going to keep reading this. Albert King and Luciano Pavarotti. That's another fat-o.
Yeah.
Fat shaming ain't going to help nobody in this country, folks.
What? He said that's an exercise? He don't exercise. Charlie Daniels, that's what he listens to when he exercises.
Well, Mr. Flake, at least from my humble view, your much-heralded anti-Trump speech on the floor of the Senate was about 2 cuts below watching paint dry.
Well, I'll give him that, yeah.
Benghazi ain't going away.
He says that every day, yeah.
Morning prayer. Lord, give us... I'll read the prayer. You want to close on this prayer?
Well, that's a good way to... Hopefully it ain't too bad, but if it's Charlie Daniels, at least, I honestly believe his intentions are good. He's just a little confused and maybe a little bit racist. Other than that, I think as far as, him giving the prayer, I think he means well by that.
Morning prayer. Lord, give us the wisdom to separate the truth from the lies that are shoved in our faces every day and the grace to act accordingly.
That sounds shove in your face.
Lord, give us the wisdom to separate the truth from the lies that are shoved in our faces every day. That's not
morning prayer. He's making that. I thought maybe it'd be something from a Bible or something. I don't think they talk about shoving things in the face in the Bible time.
Lord, they're shoving these lies in our faces down here. That's what he says.
Yeah.
I think we may be on different sides of this, but that's not a bad prayer, except for the face. You shouldn't say anything in your face to Jesus.